Check it out. Got the first snowfall. Lotus, easy. See that snow? Little pup truck's first snow. Oh my goodness, you gonna have meltdowns? Gonna have the meltdowns? Go on. Good morning, YouTube. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to Vlogmas and snow. This is Enzo, Lotus. Not a lot of snow and it's melting quickly, which is why we're skipping breakfast. And we're going straight to Parky. Hey Lotus, it's cool. We're all right, Lotus. Well, I'm seeing some snow, but I am a little worried. There might really not be much left. Well, there's some there. I don't know, little bits, not much. Look, boys, we found a little snow. Yeah, a little bit, not much. Freak. But they're making the most of it. Yeah, no pessimists here. The only real snow left is in shaded areas, so we're basically just going around the park, going to all the snow patches. Then you'll get to dry patches, and then you'll have more snow. How many times you gonna do that? You've already done it about 5 or 6. He picks it up, he runs. Oh, now he's gonna go after Enzo. He has just been running like, he'd run over there and back. Oh, Enzo, let me just get this small tree off the ground. No big deal. You got a Christmas card. Yeah. It's from Eileen in Texas. She says, wishing you a very Merry Christmas and a happy, healthy New Year. Good luck on your new adventures. I can't wait to see your adventures on YouTube. So that was cool. If you would like to mail the pups a Christmas card, I'll put the address on the screen right now. Somebody did ask if I was gonna keep the P.O. box. I am gonna keep it. I may end up moving it closer to my parents' house just for simplicity. So if that's the case, some of you like to send us stuff pretty regularly, which is really cool, but double check after the new year, because this P.O. box expires at the end of this year. So I will forward mail, so if you forget the first few months, it'll be fine, it'll forward. But I'll update the YouTube and everything, so the About page and whatnot. So if you're watching this in the future, check that before you assume that this address on the screen is correct. There we go, boys. Got 2 now. Got 2 Christmas cards. Yeah. So thank you, Eileen. Yeah, said thank you. I said thank you. All right, before we get into the life hacks of shepherds portion, seriously, we do a Shameless merch plug. We got the beanies in gray, got the beanies in pink. Some may have slobber on them, but don't worry, they're come in plastic. We got stickers. We got keychains. Hey, do you mind? Do you mind trying to do the vlog stuff? This is the keychain I had made. If there's ever a keychain that I can pretty much guarantee this will be the strongest keychain you've ever owned. That's the way I wanted it to be, super tough. Yep, pup approved. I am on it right now, so now through moving day, especially through Christmas, in case any of this is meant to be a Christmas gift, if you order something, I will have it out either that day or the next day. I swear this. If I don't go insane first. Got the tug of wars. I've made a list of some tips and hacks that are not always the most obvious. It's things that I've learned over the years. Now, I've done German Shepherd tip videos before, things like you should crate train. God bless you, Rally. Are you allergic to the fake tree? Hey, don't be eating my tree, Rally, Rally, Rally. You get her, Enzo. You put her in line. Eating the fake tree. Now, I've done the big things before, the big tips that you should do. This video is more like those little hacks, those little things that just make life easier. These are in no particular order. The first thing on my list is first thing on my list is keeping their teeth clean with antlers. Believe it or not, we actually bought a dog toothbrush once and tried that with Enzo, and after about 2 minutes of that, we're like, no, this is done. There's gotta be a way that they're meant to clean their teeth. Otherwise, all the dogs out in the wild would be having teeth issues. And there is, and it's through chewing on things like antlers. Now, I would never leave them unsupervised, mind you. It's not a toy that I just leave out, but it is by far the best thing. Enzo's teeth have gotten dramatically better over the last couple of years. Lotus's have always been just pearly whites because we've done them from him since the beginning. The next thing on my list is pill pockets. Now, that may seem obvious, but we didn't actually know about pill pockets until not that long ago. I am 100% confident they are the most unhealthy treat you could probably ever give your dog, but they make life so much easier. I can remember trying to put pills in their food or in little soft food meatballs or in peanut butter and all these different things. It was just a pain. Pill pockets are a lifesaver. Don't use them unless you need to. The other thing I do, like with Lotus's Zanny, is the pill's so small that I actually can just cut the pill pocket in half. You can just pull it apart. All right, the next thing on my list is furniture. Now, I like to cuddle with the pups just as much as the next person. However, I really don't want my furniture smelling like pups. I love them. Doesn't mean I want everything I own to smell like that. So I have designated blankets that I put up, and when I put those blankets on, they know. As soon as they see me do it, they're like, oh yeah, it's on. We can get on the couch. Blue works really well for this because blue blankets are fairly common and they can see blue really well. You wouldn't want to necessarily do gray on a gray couch. That's just going to kind of blur together. Sheets work well because they're usually thinner and cooler, and they fold up tighter and they're bigger so they can cover more areas. Those work well as in addition. My favorite is a blanket that I bought from American Giant. I don't get any type of commission or affiliate. I assume they still have it, a clothing company out in California, but they make a blanket called the Stadium Blanket. I actually like this because the fur does attach to it. So when they're getting up and down, it kind of just attaches to it, and then it keeps the fur from flying around as much. There's pros and cons to that, obviously, but it holds up super well. It's a super tough blanket. You know, when Lotus decides he wants to try to like move around and dig a little bit, which I don't let him do, but sometimes he'll still do it a little bit. And you want a blanket that you can tell which side is which, so that way you're not putting the dirty side down, because somehow even the clean side will get fur on it. I don't know. Now, something I will get a commission for if you buy it through our links is the no spill water bowl. I've talked about this bowl over and over again, but it's by far my favorite. It will only allow them to drink so much, and you can completely disassemble it and put it in the dishwasher and clean it, which I do. I actually have 2 of them, and then every couple days I just throw it in the dishwasher and fill up the next one and have it ready to go. Huge lifesaver. It's not gonna solve the water issue completely because they're still gonna pick up water and drip it, but it will make your life so much better. The next thing has to do with when we go to the park. This took me a long time to really think about this, but I used to always walk on the sidewalks because, yeah, walk on the sidewalks, and then Enzo would run around in the grass next to it and stuff. No big deal. I mean, we'd go out into the field and do fetch and different things, but generally walked around the path. But with Lotus and him being reactive, I started to want to get farther away and explore more parks and different things. And like, we go to Echo pretty frequently, and there's only like the one path that goes, but there's all this space. And what I learned is we would start walking through the grass, and that is so much better. I think they get so much enjoyment out of that because there's so many different things they can smell. Sure, we do walk around the paths as well when there's nobody around, but get yourself some shoes that you don't mind getting dirty, or some waterproof shoes or boots or whatever, and just don't be afraid to walk through the grass. I always keep a spare set of shoes in the car, so that way if I step in a bunch of mud or worse, I can change my shoes. That has been something that just dawned on me one day. I was like, why haven't I been doing this since the beginning? It's easier on their paws. There's more things for them to sniff and check out. You don't have to actually walk down the sidewalks. Rally Cat, you're not supposed to get up here unless there's cat bed. She's not so good with the rules. Another hack that I've learned over the years with Enzo, especially with his separation anxiety, is when I go to leave, I give him a treat. And not just any treat, it's a good treat. It's the greenies. Now, these are supposed to be for teeth cleaning. Whatever, maybe a little bit, but unless you're just gonna feed them those nonstop, which would be a terrible thing to do, those aren't really gonna do much for their teeth, to be honest. but he freaking loves them. I'm sure it's a similar situation like the pill pocket where they're just terrible for him, but he freaks out for those things. He loves them. So I save those and only ever give him those when I'm leaving them. And actually what I do is I only give him half, to be honest, because some days, especially if I know, why? I'm not afraid of you. I'm not afraid of you. I'm not afraid of you. A little bit afraid. But I get the large ones and I tear them in half and give half to Lotus, half to Enzo. If I don't give him a treat, then he's at the door like barking that I'm leaving. He's upset and it just sets a tone for the whole time. Whereas when I give him that treat, he knows to get in his crate. I don't lock him in his crate, but he knows to get in his crate. Lotus gets on the cot. He likes the cot in the closet. And they get to chew on that, and it's enough that I'm out the door. I give it literally as I'm walking out the door. And it's enough that I can get out the door, lock the door, get in the car, and start driving up the driveway before they finish. And it just makes it a much calmer experience for them, I've noticed. And yes, if I forget something and come back in, a lot of times I'll give him another one. Lotus's problem is the opposite. It's when we come back, he will get so excited that he wants to like jump and things like that. So that's where you hear me tell him like, go get your ropey. I just say ropey is a generic term. He goes and gets a toy. But ways you can combat that is sometimes if it's nice weather, I'll just take a toy with me and I'll leave it outside the door. So when I get there, or I'll throw it in the car. So that way when he comes up all excited, I could be like, here you go. And I've already got it for him. We can start playing tug and then he's distracted. Another option is you could have just some little treats and you could teach them that as they're coming up, just throw them on the ground. And then instead of coming up and their instinct to jump, their instinct is actually to look down because they're waiting for the treats. Because once the initial shock of me returning is over, then he's over it. He's fine. It's back to normal. I will link these below. I've talked about them before, but flashlights. Flashlights are super helpful, especially if you're at night or wintertime. I've got the little one that I keep in my keychain, which is handy. And then I've got this one, which you can actually wear on your head, which is super handy. I will use them at the park, but honestly, especially this one is helpful if like we go out before bedtime tonight and they go to the bathroom and I want to go pick it up. I can put this on my head. That way I can watch where I'm going. I don't step on anything that I don't step on. I can find it and clean it up. Do keep in mind, I'll link both of these. Do keep in mind they're so bright that you don't want to shine them in their eyes. So sometimes I kind of gotta like block their vision, like hold it up, create a shadow. You don't want to be shining this in their eyes. But it's also helpful for walks too, because you can do like a low mode and then medium and then high. Then you can also do like a red mode just for like visual cues. Same with this, you can do different modes. Oh yeah, now it's flashing. I will link those along with the water bowl down below, and the pill pockets and some antlers. If you buy stuff through the Pups Amazon links, it doesn't change the price that you pay, but we do get a small commission, help support us, so I do appreciate it. And last but not least, sanitary shaves. So you cannot shave a German Shepherd. However, for basically the white area on the back of Enzo and Lotus, that area, we have the groomers shave that down. That way when they go to the bathroom, it doesn't get on them. And then that makes cleanup easier because that's the worst thing in the world. So again, it's just one of those small things that makes life easier. And if you really want to be a clean freak like me, diaper wipes, and you can do a little check when they come in, but that's up to you. All right, I think that does it for the tips and tricks. Yeah, I gotta go run some errands. Yeah, you gonna be all right? You gonna be okay? You gonna go upside down? You gonna go upside down? But with Lotus and his reactivity, with Lotus and him being reactive, just in time the air kicked on.